What is up, guys? Dashing here, and we are live on what might end up being, I'm just going to give you a warning up front here, okay? This episode of Octane is not going to be for the squeamish. It very well may go down as one of the more violent nights in CMV history, and I mean, exemplified by how we're getting things started with an ambulance match, the third ever in CMV history. And then our main event later on will be the return of War Games. So suffice to say, we're probably going to have some bumps, some bruises, some blood, some broken bones, some careers shortened here tonight. Well, we might have a career ended if this man Ahmed gets his way. He is looking to break Tops Newsom in half and send him off to the retirement home for good. An ambulance match, yes, the third in CMV history. The first ever was between Joe Blade and Aaron Stone a couple of years ago. The last, over a year ago at this point, I believe it was, on an episode of Shockwave, we saw Max Cutter and Leon Gara go to war in this match. Now Ahmed and Tops Newsom. And the objective of this match is literally to beat your opponent so badly that they can't resist you throwing them in the back of an ambulance and closing the doors in order to win. There's no pins, no submissions, no countouts, no disqualifications here. And will indeed Tops Newsom find a permanent residence at the local medical facility? Octane's team captain at Validation has been unstoppable over these last couple of months. Last Shockwave, we saw him defeat Ben Stacy and Tops Newsom in a triple threat matchup, and Ahmed has pretty much laid out his game plan. He's going to beat Tops Newsom here, beat him down, send him off once and for all. Then he says he's going to take the Rite of Passage championship from Ben Stacy before he leads Team Octane to a dominant victory at Validation. And I don't doubt that that's exactly what he's going to do for even a second. But guys, the fact of the matter is too, this old man here, this old timer, this old dog, Tops Newsom, seemingly is unkillable, because Ahmed has tried to do all that he can over these last few weeks to keep the puppet master down, but he keeps getting back up again and again and again. The veteran, the future Hall of Famer, unwilling to give Ahmed the satisfaction of keeping him down. Ahmed's got the shotgun. He's loaded it up, and he's fixing to take old Yeller out behind the shed here tonight. Unless Newsom can do what he's been unable to do the last couple of times that these two have met in the ring. Get the better of the Egyptian Destroyer and prove just why he is one of the greatest of all time in CMV history. And now the ambulance itself will be backed down the ramp. I hope this driver here knows what he's doing. Oh, it's the referee. Referee's driving the ambulance. But there's the rules for you. Again, no countouts, no disqualifications. You can't win by pin. You can't win by submission. The only way to win this match, guys, is to beat your opponent so badly that you're able to throw them in the back of the ambulance, and you got to close both doors in order to win this matchup. And the local hospital's been notified. They're getting somebody one way or the other. Is it going to be Ahmed or is it going to be Tops Newsome? That's the only question. So here we go. Ahmed, Tops Newsome, ambulance match to kick off Octane number 154. And immediately an Irish whip. Looks like Ahmed isn't trying to waste any time. And I don't blame him in a match like this. You want to end it as quickly as you can. Especially Ahmed if he wants to challenge Ben Stacy for the Rite of Passage Championship. If he wants to be as fresh as possible heading into validation. But look at Tops Newsome from behind. And Ahmed's opened up the doors. But Newsome's trying to creep and peep. Ahmed backs him up and a drop kick upside the head. Going to put down the former world champion. This one's going to be short. Judging by the first two ambulance matches in CMV history, they were pretty long. Ahmed's looking to come out of the corner with maybe a drop kick of some kind. Back in the ring now. Not a good start for Newsome. But indeed, my friends, you heard me correctly. Our main event here tonight, War Games returns. Oh my God, look at that. He got him by the neck. Okay, I have never seen a suplex like that before. Typically with a belly-to-belly, you would hook the arms, but he hooked Newsome's neck. And now look at Ahmed with that falling powerbomb. Well, Ahmed is done with Tops Newsome. Or maybe not. Where is he taking him now? Oh my God, now a powerbomb out of the ring and down onto the floor. Well, it's a good thing he's about to throw him in an ambulance because Tops Newsome might be paralyzed. Jesus, man, up against the back of the ambulance. Ahmed gonna chuck him in there. And now he's got to close both doors in order to win. And Newsome's back up. Newsome's back up. He's trying to resist. Ahmed's got one door closed. If he can shut the other, he'll win this match. I can't believe this might be over like this. Well, maybe it isn't. Newsome is trying to keep the... Oh my God, I thought he shut it. But Newsome has just kicked the doors open. This is not over yet. I really thought it was over right there. Now look at Newsome. He's going to chuck Ahmed back. In the ambulance, he's trying to shut the door now. But I don't think enough damage has been done nearly to Ahmed. Yeah, Tops Newsome can't even get the first door closed here. Ahmed's still too powerful. As I was saying, though, our main event War Games. Oh, Shusher! Out of nowhere! On the floor, and now Newsome might be able to get him back there. Ahmed appears to have no idea where he is. Well, he's going to be taking a trip to the local hospital. Newsome going to try again to shut the door. Can he get the first one closed? Ahmed, no, still too strong. Wait. Newsome's got the first door closed. Now he's got to close the second one, but Ahmed, yeah, he just fell out. All of his strength there. What the hell is this now? Another powerbomb, this time of the sit-out variety. Look in the eyes of Ahmed, the Egyptian destroyer. He wants to rip Tops Newsome in half. There's no doubt about that. God, swinging side slam on the floor now. And looking to break his back. Looking to make him humble. The Cairo clutch. But there's no winning by submission. Newsome's gonna... Oh, and Ahmed hit the back of his head. Off that metal step. And now where the hell is this old man going? Tops Newsome's climbed to the top of the ambulance. Wow! Ahmed's going to show him how it's done. Newsome's lucky he didn't just kill himself right there. Oh my God. And now he's climbing back up to the top. Ahmed and Tops Newsome going to do battle on top of the ambulance here. Tops! Oh my God! He just threw Ahmed off the top of the ambulance. That's got to be 10 feet at least. And now going to slam him face first. Off that metal, chucking him in the back. Well, this could do it. But Ahmed is still unwilling to stay down. Newsom, with every fiber of his being, he closes one door. Can he close the second? Ahmed still, though. Too powerful for Newsom to trap back there. Jumping knee from the former Anarchy champion to throw Newsom back into the ring now. He spent probably about a total of 20 seconds in the ring in this matchup. We're going to see Ahmed again trying to come out of the corner. How is Ahmed not suffering from a broken back right now after getting thrown off the top of the ambulance? I don't know. A genuine medical mystery. As Newsom going to get back up, throw Ahmed into the corner. Oh, and this is vintage Newsom right here, guys. Going to treat Ahmed's head like a basketball and just smash it repeatedly a good 10 times off that top turnbuckle. And he's trying to rally the fans out. He might be calling for another shusher. Maybe, maybe not. Trying to keep Ahmed on his toes. Going to walk him into the corner. Oh, an 11th drop face first on that top turnbuckle. Snake Eyes, but gets up the boot there. That's Ahmed, who goes off the ropes. Look at the athleticism. That's what I'm talking about, baby. The total package is Ahmed. Not just so unbelievably powerful, but agile, as you just saw right there, too. Now, this is a fourth, I believe, in this match so far. Powerbomb, followed up by a bare knee directly to the face as he throws Newsom down to the floor. And again, it looks like he might try to finish Newsom off. Leg drop first. At ringside. Got to get her to the back of the ambulance. Oh, hang on. Vintage Ahmed with the military press power slam. Ahmed doesn't have a broken back. I think Tops Newsom very well may. Get the emergency room ready. Tops Newsom might be on his way in just a moment. Ahmed, can he close the first door? Yes, he can. Now he tries to close the second. Can Newsom fight his way out? Does he have anything left? Ahmed, able to close the door. The Egyptian Destroyer is victorious in this ambulance match. And for somebody who got thrown off the top of an ambulance, 10-foot drop to the floor, it's not surprising to see that he could barely stand after this one. This was the start of the match right here, by the way. Powerbomb Newsom out of the ring, down onto the floor. But Newsom, as has been the case, did not go down without a fight. What a battle here between these two. Look at that shusher. I thought for a split second there, Newsom was going to be able to close them doors, but Ahmed just too strong. And here's what did Newsom in. Finally, that military press power slam. Newsom just nothing left. But even still, he tried to keep those doors open. But there you see the second door closed. Ahmed really passing out. But the Egyptian Destroyer gonna climb the ambulance again, gonna stand tall on top of it. And up next is Ben Stacy and that Rite of Passage Championship. I'll tell you this, if I'm Ben Stacy, I'm tucking tail. I'm running. I'm not ashamed to say it. After watching that,
Last week, I made my CMV debut at Octane, and I made a corpse out of the Hollow's Max Cutter. But I should have known better than to think that that would be the end of it. You know, the problem with groups like the Hollowed is that there's always one more motherfucker right around the corner. Michael Hawk jumped me from behind. You know, I guess he was mad I beat his boy. But Mikey, I was mistaken. Now, I'm not sure if you're dumb or high, but it doesn't matter. Because you started something that you have no way of finishing. See, this little thing was just going to be a one-off. I was going to beat Max Cutter's ass and move on to other things, but you, Michael, oh, you fucked up. You know, you attacked me. Now you got to think, how does it look if I just take that laying down? How does that reflect on me? See, now I've got to return the favor. I've got to retaliate. But I know that if I just beat you, another one will just take your place. Another asshole will just roll right up like nothing ever happened. So how exactly do I go about this? Well, if you know anything about Greek mythology, you know that Heracles once fought a little something called a Hydra. It was one of his labors. He cut off one of the Hydra's heads and two more would take its place. Sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? Well, Heracles was able to stop them from growing back by cauterizing the neck wound where he cut off its heads. Perhaps the answer to my problem is similar. But I'm no good with something small and controlled like that. But heat. I like that. I think I'm gonna burn the Hollow to the ground. Everything they ever stood for reduced to ash. Get ready, Mikey, because you're gonna join me in death.
Well, Tommy Demise set for action once again a little bit later on. He'll be going up against Crimson, but Michael Hawk, meanwhile, going to be busy in our main event, a part of that War Games match, but Demise certainly heated after Hawk's ambush from last Octane. Coming up next, though, guys, as Tom Susan has been driven off in the ambulance, Callie Jove of the Jovian Twins is set to go one-on-one with Miss Magnificent 8, Dallas Cole. And Dallas Cole, especially right now, guys, with the draft coming up, with the announcement that the women's division would be split, when it comes to that Women's World Championship, which brand is it going to end up on? Who's going to be champion after validation? Ruby Raquel or Alice Blake Still? Or maybe a third option, Dallas Cole? Is now the time to cash in before the draft or wait until after the draft? I'm wondering what's on Cole's mind. Well, right now it's got to be Callie Joe because she's not one to be taken lightly, and I think Dallas Cole well knows that. But still a lot coming our way here tonight, my friends. We've got a Trios Championship match, a rematch, as the team of Ashley Rain, Jay Devon, and Chloe Marks will challenge the Undisputed Elite in a Trios Tornado match. We've also still got Hunter Quinn and Troy Colt one-on-one. And, of course, our main event, War Games, returning to CMV. But, well, Dallas Cole not coming alone either. Miss Magnificent 8 backed up here by Diana Holmes and Anna Simmons, Twisted Sisters. And what a couple of weeks it's been for Simmons, guys, after her amazing performance in the women's Royal Rumble match at Mob Violence, then got that victory against Madison Quinn last Octane. Hoping to maybe pass off some of that momentum to Dallas Cole here. Callie Jove, Dallas Cole. When it comes to Callie Jove and the rest of the women's division with this draft coming up, they want to start getting these wins together. They want to be high up in the draft, as does everybody. Look good. Well, Dallas Cole's trying to end this one quickly. He gets a 2 count off that Reverse STO very, very nearly did make this a quick matchup indeed. Forearm smash upside the head. And with that contract in her possession, Dallas Cole, of course, can cash in anytime, anywhere that she wants to. But she already tried to cash in once. With Maggie Shaw, thanks to her, that it was not successful. Here comes Callie. Out of the corner, look at the setup for Olivia. Right hand. Oh, God, more than just a right hand. You call that one right there a slobber knocker. No doubt about it, as Callie follows up with a headbutt. Just a little bit later on, we're going to have one half of the women's tag team champions, SJ Ray, going one-on-one with the Zero-G champion, Selena Satorun. I'm sure the Jovian twins and the Twisted Sisters might be keen on a women's tag team championship opportunity. So a win here for, well, either Callie or Dallas could push their respective team in that direction. Callie is in firm control right now. Big drop kick upside the head. And now we're going to take the legs of Dallas Cole, tie them all up. Look at an inverted figure four situation going on here. I'm looking right in front of Juno Jove over there. I don't think she's going to be any help, though. Nice counter by Dallas to get herself out of it, but the damage done to that knee, as you can see. Well, guys, also coming up here tonight, it is the return to Octane of the one, the only Josh Wolf, who returned, of course, in the men's Royal Rumble match at Mob Violence. He'll be going one-on-one with one of our newcomers here on the Octane roster, Roderick Devaney. And Surasi driver from Dallas Cole. We're going to put Callie Jobe away, and almost does, but a kick out there. Indeed, Roderick Devaney wanting to prove to myself and Wolf and everyone that he deserves to be on Team Octane at Validation. I told him not to get ahead of himself. We'll find out what happens, though, a little bit later on. Could end up coming away with gargantuan victory in only his second match here at CMV, so let's not count him out just yet after a successful debut last Octane against Stevie Wizard, after all. Big headbutts here from Dallas Cole. And she's feeling off that dubby. Rolls through. Air raid siren neckbreaker by Miss Magnificent 8. Spins her around from behind. Callie's got to come up with a response, and now this keeps up for any longer. Dallas Cole going to be picking up yet another dub roll that she's been on these last few months. Quite a turnaround, because obviously the beginning of this season, nothing was going well for Dallas Cole. Of course, we were calling her the bridesmaid because she was always the runner-up in the Elimination Chamber and then in number one contenders matches, the Queen of the Hill match. But finally, she was able to become Miss Magnificent 8. And now all but guaranteed to become Women's World Champion. Of course, not entirely, because people have cashed in the past and failed. Hunter Quinn. Talked a couple of times. Ooh! That Superwoman punch really came out of nowhere and caught Dallas Cole, but still just a 2 count. The curse of the Magnificent 8 contract over these last few years that Dallas Cole is looking to end. Whenever she does decide to cash in, Callie Joe got this cross armbar leg lock combo cinched in again, though Dallas Cole is able to escape. But a headbutt to the gut of Cole. Callie not fast enough to stop her, though, from managing to get out onto the apron. Where Juno there at ringside watching very closely. Big right hands from Callie. Oh, got to drag her over the top rope. Bam! Oh, Dallas got busted open there. And now Callie going to have some fun at the expense of Miss Magnificent. Look at the disrespect. And you can see that gash opened up on the right side of Dallas Cole's face. Callie not thinking quick enough. Look at Dallas Cole. You want to talk about quick? Oh, but comes up just a couple of inches short trying to connect with that drop kick out of the corner, and now going to get yeeted by Callie. Look at Dallas, though. The dummy coursing through her veins. This punk rocker. Not one to stay down for long. Forearm smash. Judo trying to get the fans rallied behind her sister. Kicks out at 2. Springboard copper drop, but Dallas unable to connect. Looks like the landing luckily wasn't too bad as Callie now with some elbows to the midsection creates that little bit of an opening, but that's all that someone like Callie Jove needs. Dallas gonna send it right back at her. Some elbows of her own. Now an Irish whip into the corner. Elbow to the side of the head. And a kick to the midsection. Big right hand. Callie gonna drag Dallas Cole like off into the lion's den. Third time's the charm. Cross armbar. Leg lock combo. It's been locked in far from the ropes too. But Dallas Cole refusing to tap out. I mean, she can't tap out. Callie breaking her arms. Rolling next step, and now Diana Holmes just jumped up on the apron, a bit worried about her stablemate, but Callie gonna go for the pin. Can't get past that too, and getting a bit frustrated now. Keep Dallas down. Full mount, big lefts and rights. Again. Coming out of the corner like a tornado, looking for that right hand. Dallas Cole knew it was coming this time, but a counter to counter the counter. Right in front of Anna Simmons and Diana Holmes. Callie Jove. They're going to pick up a much needed win for herself and her sister to drag Cole into the corner. Blood still continuing to trickle down her face. That ain't going to stop Cole. Knees to the chest, going to take Callie down out of that corner and pops her right back up. Puts her into a different corner. Oh, SJ. Thank you for the gifted subs. Appreciate you as always. Ooh, a little bit miscalculated on that one. Gonna try to make up for it. Dallas maybe looking for a super kick. I thought for a second perhaps he'd decapitate him, but boot to the jaw, middle of the ring, and Dallas Cole picks up the victory after a pretty great back and forth matchup here between these two. I'm gonna sneeze. Some W powder in the air there. Anna Simmons getting down at ringside. Pardon me. Hey, it's God bless you. This is a Christian family show, remember. But what a win for Dallas Cole against Callie Jove here. There might be another one coming. Maybe not. All right. Well, Twisted Sisters continuing to pick up the dubs over these last few weeks. It's playing with me. Bruh. Someone get me some nasal spray over here or something. That's actually worse than I thought it was. Dallas Cole might have to take a trip to the doc's office, get that stitched up, but a win for Dallas Cole and for Twisted Sisters. Well, up next we got Crimson and Tommy Demise in the ring. But, I thought Michael Hawk was going to be busy preparing for the main event War Games match, but evidently not. Because here he comes down to ringside, and the former CMV champion, it looks as though he's going to stick around, get himself a seat to watch this one. Indeed, our main event War Games, Michael Hawk representing the Hallowed, but going to try to give Crimson maybe a bit of an upper hand, and certainly caught Demise straight out the gate with that forearm smash, but able to move out of the way, and now some forearms to the back of Crimson's head. Crimson's been playing the part of mercenary more recently for the Hallowed. We saw him attempt to take out Haruki Hattori unsuccessfully. Now he gets scooped up is Demise, who enjoyed that debut victory last Octane against Max Cutter, but didn't have the chance to celebrate it as we saw a bit earlier. Michael Hawk jumping from behind. That's the thing about the Hallowed. You're never just facing one of them. Where there's one, there's more. Always creeping out of the shadows, something that Demise has figured out real quick. Crimson has beefed up over the last few weeks. He's grown out his hair. He's almost looking, dare I say, feral. Don't tell him I said so, but the former Intercontinental Champion is destroying Demise right now. Up to Breck's rope with an elbow across the chest. Not looking too good, is it, at the moment? For the Nightmare of Nola, who's going to get some stomps to the chest now. And Michael Hawk, I'm just looking over there, seeing a big old smile on his face as he watches on. Crimson now going to try for the pin. But indeed, our main event, War Games, the Hallowed, represented by Michael Hawk. Max Cutter, Gus Novell, and Madison Quinn going to take on the team of Kerry Yamashita, Jack Taylor, Lorenzo Alexander, and the Intercontinental Champion Remy Martin. Also still to come, Trios Championship on the line, and a Trios Tornado match, as the team of Ashley Rain, Jay Devon, and Chloe Marks will once again challenge the Undisputed Elite, and also Hunter Quinn, Troy Colts, one-on-one right here tonight. So, even though Crimson not an official member of the Hallowed, a win here could certainly start the night right for the Hallowed, as Quinn will look to continue, and then of course end strong in the main event with War Games. Crimson hard hitting, as Tommy Demise is learning firsthand right now. Oh boy. Crimson looks like he might be getting in that zone of his with Tommy Demise. He's got a zone all of his own. I mean, just take a look at his shirt. Join me in death. As Crimson tries to retreat, even if only momentarily, out onto the apron. Look at this slingshot. Neckbreaker takes down Demise. I mean, oh, wait a minute. Not finished is the Collector. And maybe, just maybe, he'll be collecting Tommy Demise's head. Final Judgment. Shoots the half into the pin as Hawk watches on with a sinister grin, but a kick out at 2 by Demise. To have a former CMV champion instantly hounding you your first couple of weeks in CMV, that puts a lot of pressure on the shoulders of a kid like Tommy Demise, I'm sure. And he might be crumbling under it, we're seeing here, because Crimson is just having his way with Demise so far in this matchup. Tries for that springboard. Frog splash, though. Demise gets out of the way, and he uses his own noggin as a weapon. Big punches. Now back to their feet. They're going blow for blow. And eliminated is Crimson from the Rumble. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Michael Hawk getting up out of his seat now as Tommy Demise. Can't take your eyes off of someone like Crimson. Oh, boy. Michael Hawk trying to distract. Wait a minute. Tommy Demise knew it was coming, and he just used Crimson like a weapon to take out Hawk without ever laying a finger on him. Well, thanks for coming, Hawk. As Demise rolls Crimson back into the ring. Oh, and a headbutt south of the border. Demise finally with the upper hand as Hawk, it looks like, gonna live to fight another day. Oh, and there's that double underhook brainbuster from Demise into the pin. But a kick out at 2. Crimson still not done yet. Well, Hawk's got a match to worry about in the main event. He's not going to risk getting further hurt here. Demise with a spear. Cutting Crimson down. But is it enough? No. Kick out at 2. Doesn't give up, though. Does Demise straight to the top rope. And this is a kid who doesn't care if he's got to kill himself in the process to take out his opponent. Elbow across the chest, another close pin. 2.999, but Crimson's a tough one, as we well know. Former Intercontinental Champion, but Demise looking to prove that he's tough with these big punches to the face. Nice evasion by Demise. Gets off the ropes, forearm smash. Crimson's just not been able to get anything going ever since that collision with Hawk at ringside. More punches now from the Nightmare of Nola. He's always looking... What the fuck? Crimson blocked it, though. It looks like Demise tried to spray some sort of mist in his eyes right in front of the ref, might I add. Had Crimson not gotten his hands up to block it, I feel like that would have been a disqualification, but what the hell kind of concoction was that even? Well, it's a good thing Crimson avoided being permanently blinded, but at ringside he won't find much refuge. Demise going to throw him right back into the ring. No rest here. Gonna trap those arms, more of these forearms to the back of the head. Going gorilla mode is Tommy Demise here. A springboard swanton bomb turns right around into the pin. Hoping to maybe start building a little bit of an undefeated streak here in CMV. Hawk was looking to make sure that did not happen, but obviously his plan backfired. Another spear from Demise picks up the win against Crimson. Despite Hawk's best effort to ensure that did not happen. And Crimson was dominating the first half of this matchup, but after that collision with Hawk at ringside, orchestrated by Tommy Demise, it was essentially all Demise to the end. A second victory for Tommy Demise, and maybe more importantly than that, a message to Michael Hawk that he's not going to be punked out. If Hawk wants to pick a fight with the Nightmare of Nola, then he had better be ready. This kid's sick in the head. Well, Michael Hawk is too. next, here on Octane number 154, my fine feathered friends, got ourselves a little bit of a champion versus champion matchup. Sorry, just making sure my headset was not acting up there. Sabotage by Adam Valentine. But indeed, one half of the women's tag team champions, SJ Ray, we're about to see go one-on-one with the Zero-G champion, Selena Satoru. And as SJ Ray said herself earlier this week on social media, after this matchup was announced, perhaps some singles gold could come the way of the Media Outcasts. Certainly so, if Ray can win this matchup. Zero-G championship not on the line, but Satoru is in need of a new number one contender. Maybe, just maybe, Ray steps up to the plate here with a victory in this non-title matchup. Of course, coming off of a successful defense of the Women's Tag Team Championship last week against the Bromancers. But you want to talk about red hot? You don't need to look any further than Selena Satoru, guys. She has been on a roll and a half as the Zero-G champion. She successfully defended that championship 4 times, the most, not just of this season, but of the last couple of years. And I don't think she's looking to stop anytime soon. And of course, last Octane, we saw as Remy and Satoru picked up a tag team win against Amy and her mentor, Amber Young. So things going well for Remy at the moment as well. She'll be in the corner as Satoru for this one. And with that draft coming up, the women's division being split, wherever Satoru ends up, well, she'll be a big fish. Obviously the champions, they're the top of the pecking order when it comes to a draft. So Satoru looking to make sure that that championship goes nowhere anytime soon. So it's SJ Ray of the Media Outcast taking on Selena Satoru. Non-title matchup. As still to come, we've got the Trios Championship on the line. It's a rematch. This time, Trios Tornado matchup, though, as Hall of Famers Ashley Wright and Jay Divine and Chloe Marks will again challenge the Undisputed Elite. Also, Hunter Quinn, Troy Colt one-on-one. That's still coming up. And our main event, War Games. Stick around for the bumps, the bruises, the blood. As these two trying to throw themselves at each other. Cutter! Diamond Cutter! Able to avoid that forearm smash. And Satoru now, his 2-arm. Really wasting no time whatsoever, man. Fast-paced, opening into cover at monkey flip there. Followed up by a little senton action. Now some double boot stomps across the lower back. Can I just say, Rebecca Starr looking especially stylish over there at ringside. Is that a bedazzled, I don't even know what kind of, I thought it was a newsboy cap at first, but I don't believe it is. I couldn't tell you what kind of hat that is. A big knee to the side of the head from Satoru. SJ Ray is certainly not worried about her tag team partner's fashion right about now. Staring up the lights. Satoru's going to follow her and throw her right back into the ring. Zero-G champion looking for that soup bone coming out of the corner. Going to crack the jaw of SJ Ray. On this past Shockwave, Adam Valentine did complete putting his team together for validation. And I will say with my whole chest, it's quite a team. But am I worried? Ask me if I'm worried. I'll tell you, I'm not. Because the team that I've already put together, the team that I'm planning on putting together, it is going to decimate Team Shockwave at validation. You're looking at a clean sweep, guys. That's just a fact. Factoid for you. Fun fact. You might even go so far as to say. I mean, look, does Shockwave have the legend Josh Wolf? Does Shockwave have the man who threw Top Susim into the back of an ambulance earlier tonight? Okay, the Egyptian destroyer, Ahmed? I didn't think so. Let's get real here, guys. Selena Satoru with a big kick to the side of Ray's head. Gonna knock her down out of the corner. But Ray was able to see what was coming. Big boot straight down the gullet of our Zero-G champion. And gonna get her lost in the woods. Now going to the corner. Tuning up the band, SJ Ray? I don't think I've ever seen her go for a sweet chin music before. Remy Martin not too happy right now. He ain't gonna stop there. Now this is more what I expect from SJ Ray. That modified crossface. Locked in real deep here and away from the ropes, but does not tap as our Zero-G champion, so Ray has to release the hold as she goes up to the top. What else in her bag of tricks? Really in her HBK era right now, it would appear. And a kick to the midsection, maybe a power bomb. I don't know what Selena Satoru needs to do, but it needs to happen like yesterday. Oh, look at Zoe Remy coming to the aid of Selena Satoru here, managing to distract SJ Ray, but not for too long. Satoru got to wake up. And Remy going to relent, jumps back down to ringside. Satoru unable to recover as Ray goes back to work with a somersault stunner, more so, out of the corner there. Off the ropes. And a rolling neck snap. Please respond, Satoru. This is a complete domination the last couple of minutes. By SRA. There we go, though. Satoru, and just like that, all it takes is one slip up, and Selena Satoru gonna take her round and round. Drop face first. A double underhook butterfly into the pin, but a kick out at 2. By the women's tag team champion. You see Satoru attempt. I don't know exactly how that worked out there, but I learned a long time ago not to question things. Here comes another punch. Could write home to your mama about. Satoru, I think a lot of people might sleep on her as a striker. I don't think Ray will anymore, though, after that. Oh. The hardest part of the ring. Back suplex on the apron. Toughness of Ray. Evident gets right back to her feet. Only been put back down. And I'm going to throw. Okay. A little bit of cheekiness from the Zero-G champion. Just threw SJ into Rebecca. Going to try to keep her distance. Doesn't want to risk getting her tag team partner disqualified here, but referee's already up to a count of, I think, 6. Now 7, and it doesn't really seem as though Selena Satoru gives too much of a shit. Just beating the hell out of us. SJ here gets back at her, throwing Satoru right to the side of the steel steps. Now to 10, they have until 20 to get back into the ring. Ray's not going to risk it, though. And a stalk Selena from afar. Ref's telling SJ, get into the ring. SJ says, oh, I wasn't sure she was going to connect with that. Barely. Indeed she does, and back into that crossface. Satoru barely survived the first time. Is she going to be able to get out of it a second time? Damn, does not tap. And SJ, simply not enough left in the tank to keep that applied, but she's going to go to the top. Maybe a Hail Mary here. Oh! Just bash Satoru's face in like a torpedo. How the hell did Satoru kick out of that? Rebecca Starr can't believe it. A broken face. But Satoru's still standing. Never mind. Straight jacket German suplex. And again, we see Selena roll to the outside. We have not seen Satoru, guys, rocked like this maybe ever since she debuted here in CMV. She really has been borderline unstoppable. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. We all know about the vintage dashing memory. Cam Harris special. Satoto was trying to, backstabber! Put the world backstabber. And then in an instant, Satoto could have this one. Damn, 2.999. I was about to say, though, I'm pretty sure Selena Satoto's only been defeated one-on-one once. That was by Zoe Remy. I could be wrong. Even if I am, though. Oh, twist of fate. Ray bites back, and right in front of Remy, a 1 count. A 1 count. And SJ Ray's having absolutely none of it. Stand right on top of Satoto, throws her into the corner. And a big kick to the gut. Maybe some more stomps coming, but Satoto says no thank you. Going to the ropes for a springboard. Ooh. Didn't have that lined up properly. And a mistake like that can cost you. Into the crossface. 3rd time's the charm. Satoto's been caught. And does not tap. What? Back to her feet. I would have bet you for sure Satoto was going to tap out there. It might be time for SJ Ray to think of a different strategy. Obviously, that crossface is not going to get the job done. Might be time to try and make a donation. Now Rebecca Starr comes into play. Hey, it's fair game. Remy distracted Ray earlier in the match. But can Ray snap back to reality in time? Starr trying to keep Satoto busy as long as she can. On the rebound. Can't keep up with her. Irish whip to the corner. And there's that kick to the side. They're going to try for it again. Last time Ray countered this. The handspring moonsault. Out of the corner into the pin. 1, 2. What a match. And we're seeing Selena Satoto start to get a little bit worried. Oh, it takes SJ down into that triangle choke, and it might end up being SJ Ray who taps out here tonight. Yes, she does. Selena Satoto forcing the women's tag team champion to tap out. What a match, though. And I'll say again, we have not seen Selena Satoto pushed in quite this way since her debut. Her first and only question mark loss here in CMV to Zoe Remy. This was a fantastic match, and I just can't believe that Satoto actually won, though, the way SJ Ray was going. And Satoto just would not tap, though. That crossface 3 times. SJ Ray got it locked in, and 3 times Satoto refused to give up. It's almost like Selena Satoto said, damn, how about I try to tap you out then? And she did. Right here. And Zoe Remy going to celebrate with Satoto. Big win. Another notch in the belt. Well, for Satoto, but for both representing the Ojo Dojo, of course. Satoto didn't get out of this one, though, without some wounds of war, as you can see. But damn, Ray. She's a hard hitter. Yeah, please. Let's get medical out there right now, guys. Well, my God. Danielle Davis is going to be getting a bill from me to pay for that window. But, well, more imminently, we got to worry about Brina Story's face getting put through said window. How about digging the hole and covering it with some leaves, though? Our Queen of the Ring, Devious. No, Matt Devious. Dressing up as B. Barrett there. Wig and all to get the jump on Brina Story. It seemed the Story was thinking B. Barrett dropped by to pay her a visit tonight, but no, Danielle Davis smashing her face into that door window, and yeah, I've got security heading out of the parking lot now, medical on the way. We just got Brina Story back, man. It seems Danielle Davis is intent on ensuring it doesn't last too long. But as we wait to hear on the condition of Brina Story, the show must go on, and there's going to be a draft in the arena now without that door having a window, but nonetheless, Hunter Quinn is in action up next. They'll be going one-on-one with Troy Colt, but look who's keen on hopping a squad at ringside to watch this one. Unsurprisingly, the global champion Chris Diamond coming out here, as it's been up in the air this past week who he'll be defending his global championship against. That is until a few days ago, guys, when you'll remember Kai Victory last week put a bounty on Hunter Quinn's head, $5 million, and Shay Hoxton cashed in on that, delivered Hunter Quinn to Kai Victory, got paid the money, and Shay Hoxton then used that money, a very, very nice donation. Can you believe this? People call this guy a villain. He donated that $5 million, all of it, to the penny, to Octane, to help the show, right? Preparation for validation. A very, very nice check, and well, I thought it only fair to reciprocate such a gesture, a saintly gesture, by giving Shay Hoxton one final World Championship match. And so it is official, my friends. At Validation, it will be Shay Hoxton one-on-one with Chris Diamond for the Global Championship and what will be Hoxton's final World Championship match. But when it comes to the Global Championship, there's two men about to go at it here who might have something to say about that. Troy Colt, last Octane, he had the chance to become Global Champion, and he deliberately, as he said, blew it. Beat Chris Diamond by countout, which won him the match, but as it was for the championship, champion's advantage applies, so Chris Diamond is still Global Champion. Troy Colt said he wants to take the Global Championship from Diamond on a big stage at Validation. Meanwhile, you got Hunter Quinn hearkening for a rematch, and of course, Kai Victory is also here at ringside for this one in his Sunday best. He still wants a rematch for that Global Championship. Suffice to say, Shay Hoxton not the only one, but look, I don't see any of these guys out here. And I know for a fact that especially Chris Diamond, all right, he has the funds. None of them made a donation. I'm not saying they need to donate $5 million, but come on now. If you want me to seriously consider you as a contender for the Global Championship, show that you're willing to give yourself unto others. All right, this is Octane. We're good people here. It's not just about winning matchups. It's not just about your star caliber. All right, I only want the good-hearted challenging for my World Championship. And who is more good-hearted than Shay Hoxton? Name 15 people who are better than Shea Hoxton. You can. It's impossible. You can't name one. But this matchup gets underway with the peanut gallery of Kai Victory and Chris Diamond watching from ringside. Hunter Quinn, who got involved in that Global Championship match last Octane, tried to steal the Global Championship back, but Chris Diamond stopped him. And Troy Colt, well, he told Hunter Quinn he was going to pay for getting involved in this business. They're taking each other out. Oh. Hey now, we got a match going on here. Kai Victory and the Global Champion looking like they're about to come to blows right here in the middle of the ring. But there we go, see? That's how we do officiating here on Octane. And Victory's out of here too. Kai Victory and even the Global Champion, Chris Diamond, both ejected by the referee. You'll never see a Shockwave ref doing something like that. And a Colt kick is going to take advantage of the mayhem. Is Mr. No Days Off but a kick out at 1. Quinn fights back with a stiff kick to the midsection and maybe looking to set up for that Tiger Bomb, but a great reversal into a exploder suplex by Colts. Both former global champions, both former CMV champions. I don't know that these two, again, vintage gas memory, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember a time these two ever faced off. This might very well be a first-time one-on-one encounter between Hunter Quinn and Troy Colt. I can't remember at all when these two may have crossed paths. And Kai Victory came out here all dressed up, looking spectacular, only to be sent to the back, but fair play by our referee. Because he can't just get into the ring while we got a match going on, and a match of this caliber especially, and start to just talk shit to each other. It looked like they were definitely about to throw down as well, so. Hunter Quinn coming out of the corner. Oh, maybe a little bit of an homage to Chris Diamond with that super kick. And follows up with some stomps between the shoulder blades. Coming up next, my friends, the Trios Championship is going to be on the line. Trios Tornado matchup and a rematch as Ashley Ray, Jay Devine, and Chloe Marks will again try to take the gold from the Undisputed Elite. Also our main event, War Games. Coming up. If the night hasn't been brutal enough for you, well, I'm sure the main event will deliver all the brutality you need and then some. Headbutt there by the Psycho Killer. Not a good start to the night for the Hallow thus far. We saw Hawk get embarrassed by Tommy Demise and Crimson take that loss. But we're going to try to pick up the slack, send it off to the boys and his sister. And the main event gets caught here, though. And an Anaconda Vice. A new trick up the sleeve of Troy Colt in recent months, but some well-placed knees to the back of the head, and Hunter Quinn gets himself out of it. As now he might be trying to set up for a Jaeger bomb, but Troy Colt with some punches to the top of that, another Colt kick. Right into the pin, close to the ropes here. Hunter Quinn able to kick out. And Troy maybe thinking about going up top, maybe a Phoenix Splash, maybe not. Well, Troy Colt, I can understand, would be upset that Shea Hoxton is being given the Global Championship opportunity at Validation. And he's going to take it out on a Hunter Quinn! Execution style, that elbow to the back of the head. But a kick out. Hunter Quinn, thick-headed. Meteora keeps Colt in control as he tries to hype himself up. And it was kicked out. Hunter Quinn, but he's certainly dazed. And look at now, set up perfectly for a frog splash. And Troy Colt was able to pivot midair because it seemed like his knees were going to connect with Hunter Quinn's face there for a second. That might have gotten a 3 count. Frog splash just gets a 2. Troy Colt with a powerbomb attempt of his own, but a back body drop to reverse. Forearm smash. Just like that, Hunter going for the beast bite. Colt, as if caught in a trap, manages to free himself. Falcon Arrow. Taking no days off, Troy Colt. With a performance like this, look, it's not set in stone Shea Hoxton, Chris Diamond at Validation. With this victory, proved to be Colt. Look, I'm not even going to tell you guys. You think $5 million is a lot? Let me tell you how much getting Troy Colt to sign with Octane cost me. Big knee to the side of the head. And Hunter saying, where do you think you're going, buddy? Psycho Drilla. Right into the pin. 1, 2. But kicks out does Colt. Hunter not impressed. And now that big sit-out choke slam from the Hellhound. He's saying, stay down. And no, Colt having none of it. Look at Hunter Quinn. He said, all right then, you want some more? Big old punch. Colt just gonna eat it though. They're gonna go shot for shot. It looks like there's not many that can hang with Hunter Quinn. And a straight up brawl. Oh my God, the Hellhounds howl. Colt's not intimidated though. Hunter Quinn rocks him with those elbows to the side of the head. Another choke slam. Colt gets out of the way. Yeeted. And a kick though stuns Quinn. That's just enough time for Colt now to send him off the ropes. Big drop kick. Spread them legs and a stomp to the gut. Where the hell does Hunter Quinn think he's going? Another super kick. And Troy Colt, the veteran, gets himself out onto the apron, looking for safety, but instead gets knocked down to the floor. Where'd that kendo stick come from? Ominous kendo stick. Troy Colt's trying to get himself to his feet. Hunter's an impatient man. Above all else, that's something we know definitively about Hunter Quinn. Patience zero. It is not a virtue, if you ask Hunter Quinn. No Blake. Referee's telling these two to get back into the ring, but Hunter Quinn, animalistic. He's just ripping Troy Colt apart here at ringside. And now a powerbomb flips him over for a knee to the face. Yeah, that instantly has Troy Colt gushing. Another headbutt, though, it may have woke Colt up. And the inverse effect slam on the floor. Troy Colt, the count-out king. He's going to reset the count, though. Oh, he didn't get all of that. That cross body attempt, the count has been reset. He just grazed Hunter Quinn there, but he does get back to his feet. No serious damage done. Throws Quinn back into the ring. Troy locked in. And vintage springboard European uppercut. That cut across his forehead looking gnarly. But if you think that's going to stop Troy Colt, you're dead wrong. Anaconda Vice, middle of the ring. Is Hunter Quinn going to tap? With all this might, Troy Colt squeezing. But he didn't squeeze hard enough. Look at the bruise on Colt's back, too. Big kick. No, sir. Another exploder suplex. And Colt, one last shot. It's all or nothing here. 330 slam. Into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Troy Colt picks up the victory. What a match. Well, despite the interference early on by Kai Victor and Chris Diamond, this turned out to be an extraordinary matchup here tonight. Which, what else can you expect when you put two former world champions in the ring against each other? But Colts, maybe I do have to rethink my validation plans after all. A victory for Troy Colts, but for the global champion Chris Diamond, guys, it's evident at this point that he is surrounded by some great white sharks, and there is blood in the water. If I were Diamond, I would be very worried about my reign as world champion. Well, after just watching her mentor pick up a big win, is it maybe finally time for Chloe Marks to win the big one? That's what we're about to find out. Trios Championship is on the lineup next here on Octane number 154, my friends. This is a rematch from last month where Chloe Marks called on two Hall of Famers in Jade Divine, and of course this woman, Ashley Rain, to help her even the odds against the Undisputed Elite, and what a match it was. Well, the Undisputed Elite were able to retain the Trios Championship. What was it? I think like a minute and change left on the clock as well before it ended in a tilemate draw. That's how much of a banger it was. But in response, over these last couple of weeks, guys, Marks, Divine, and Rain have continually been getting the better of the Undisputed Elite. Of course, last week, we saw Marks and Rain pick up a tag team victory against the Undisputed Elite. So they're being given a second opportunity. This time, tornado rules apply. Can this mega team of Marks, Divine, and Rain bring an end to the beastly reign of the Undisputed Elite? Now, I actually consulted with Marks regarding the team I'm putting together for validation, because look at the team she put together. I don't know what kind of string she done pulled to call up Jade Divine and Ashley Rain to back her up, but that's the kind of pull I need. No countouts, no disqualifications in this one, and no tags necessary, but it is not elimination style. That means the first team to get a pin or submission in the ring going to walk out with the Trios Championship. And still to come, Roderick Devaney taking a big step up. No disrespect to Stevie Wizard, but Stevie Wizard, Josh Wolf, there's a pretty big divide there. We'll see if Roderick Devaney can handle it. And of course, our main event, War Games. But first, will Chloe Marks, at long last, taste championship gold? It still surprises me every time I say it that Marks has not been a champion of any kind yet here in CMV. That might just finally change right here, right now, tonight. I think this has undeniably been the best season of Marks' CMV career. Now, she's been winning more than losing, and that's saying something considering the last couple of seasons. Challenging Alice Blake for the Women's World Championship. I mean, it's really stepped up to another level, has Chloe Marks. And it's obviously earned her respect if she can call the likes of Divine and Rain to help her out. As we found out last month, even if you bring the biggest guns you can find, it might still not be enough when you go up against the undisputed elite. Because ignoring the hiccups over these last couple of weeks, the last few months, it's surely been the undisputed elite show in this women's division of ours. Ruby Rebel, suplex, Tori Doyle. They say they won't be content until they hold all of the championship gold here in CMV. And we know Plex especially has been dogging for a Women's World Championship match. Maybe a bit too much, because you got to be focused on the titles you've got. The Trios Championship. That's what's on the line here. That's what I like to see. That's better. Amen, I say to that, brother. Well, Chloe Marks, Jade Devine, and Ashley Rain, they might have to call on the Lord Almighty to help them out here tonight. Trios Championship. Tornado rules. And let's get it on. No time for pomp and circumstance. No hot dogging. And this one is going to be chaotic. There's obviously no tags necessary. Everybody active in the ring at the same time. No countouts, no disqualifications. But in a match like this, you have to be crafty. Because it's not elimination, and falls don't count anywhere. You got to go for the pin or the submission in the ring. Plex trying to end it early, rolling up Chloe Marks, but saved by Rain there. A pin can happen at any time. Spike is big old Plex as the Hall of Famer hooks the leg. And, oh, damn. For a split second there. Oh, look at Jay Devine going to follow up with a standing corkscrew splash. And everybody to ringside. Not for long. Rain going to send Doyle back into the ring. Look at Marks, some big punches here to Ruby Rebel. The three-time Women's World Champion getting her head smashed off the steel ring post there. Devine going to come to her aid though. Marks thrown into the ring. As Doyle comes off the top. With an elbow to the heart. Can Rain come make the save in time? Yes, she can. Not even a one count. You got to feel for the referee in a match like this. He's got to really have his wits about him. Validation, my friends, just around the corner. Of course, the return of Brand Warfare. 4-on-4 elimination tag team matchup. A trios, tables, ladders, and chairs match. And a trios Hell in a Cell match will decide which brand Octane is the better. And who myself or Adam Valentine will get those 10 or maybe even 15 uninterrupted draft picks heading into the return of the CMV draft post-validation. And of course, we also know it'll be the Women's Royal Rumble match winner Ruby Rattel challenging Alice Blake for the Women's World Championship, and the Men's Royal Rumble match winner Schmitty challenging Blake Virtue for the CMV Championship in Los Angeles. Out of validation suplex, going to try to pin Marks here to retain. Broken up though is the pin by Rain, who pays for it. Tori Doyle takes her down. Ruby Rebel gets caught by Divine. Hooked up and dropped hard is the cheeky Japanese girl. Uh-oh, no disqualification. Look at suplex alternating between Marks and Rain with that steel chair. I love it. Hey, who the hell got the Observer bread out here? I didn't know he was going to be here tonight. Tori Doyle over imploding Phoenix Splash. Divine got out of the way. Oh, Marks went to try and throw a roll-up. Turns it into a powerbomb instead. And the power of Plex is not to be understated, as Ray just felt the power of that punch into the pin. Oh my, Hart skipped a beat there. I thought that wasn't it. 2.99999999999. Rain's got the right idea, rolling out of the ring as Marks with a Luthez press and big right hands here to Ruby Rebel. And again, the match can only end by a pinfall or submission in the ring. So we got ourselves going to the mosh pit here in the lower left-hand corner. Ruby Rebel going after Ray. Oh, maybe not. Just decides against it. Oh, now going back. Bit indecisive. Doyle has Jay Divine lined up for a front flip DDT, I think she was going for. Ruby Rebel brings out a table. Divine, the hell is this? Ooh! Look at a package. Single backbreaker. Where was the ref? Was that the slowest count in the world? Well, table's been set up at ringside now. German suplex. Followed up by a waistlock lariat. Everybody back into the ring now. Trios Championship on the line. Divine trying to help out Marks unsuccessfully. Uh-oh, Plex. Maybe looking for the Jill Hammer. But Divine knew that it was coming. Drops down behind her. Takes out the back of the knee. Michinoku driver from Rebel to Chloe Marks. Michinoku driver to Divine now. She's handing him out. Up to the top goes Ruby Rebel. And patiently wait for Divine to get to her feet. Oh, might not have to. Tori Doyle gonna pin Rain to retain with a kick out at 2. And Rain is all by herself right now. Chloe Marks gonna beat Ruby Rebel with a punch. Smashing her face first off the trash can. But Doyle just hit Rain with the TKO. And now here comes Plex. What a combo. With the spear. Count to 1,000. 1, 2. What? It's Ashley Rain. Oh, the chair! Crucifix driver on the chair! But suplex breaks up the pin. Oh, you knew that was going to be it, too. No way Tori Doyle was kicking out of that. Going to try to pin Plex now. Torture rack powerbomb. Got to get up Divine. Doyle might still be a bit concussed after that crucifix driver on the steel chair. What the hell suplex was trying to do there. Oh, Jay Divine's got a steel chair. Chloe's just trying to take Ruby Rebel's head off here. Oh, down goes Doyle. And gonna go for the pin. Is Marks gonna do it? Kick out at 1.5. Divine arrow! Divine arrow! Uno! Dos! Nice camera cut. Ruby Rebel did kick out. Oh, but Chloe Marks is seeing red. Gonna try to paralyze Tori Doyle, but she avoids the apron powerbomb. Rebel now takes down Rain, but a kick out at 2. Plex running over to help out Tori Doyle. Oh no! And Ruby Rebel with a knee to the jaw. 1, 2. I know it's Ashley Rain, but even still, Swanton from off the top rope by Ruby Rebel. Here comes Plex now. It's got a trash can in hand, and Ruby Rebel's got the trash can lid. Somebody's got to get in there and help out Ashley Rain. Oh, stunner! Rebel is just on her like white on rice. What is happening over there at ringside? Chloe Marks thrown back into the ring. Oh, Rain able to duck that elbow coming out of the corner, but then gets caught by Plex. Well, a chill hammer on the table. 1, 2. Dude. Ashley Rain has brought her best of the best of the best. She might be out of this match, though. Another table. Oh, and Divine might have a date with it. Belly to belly through the table. And now Marks has been left all on her own, my friends. Power bomb. But Plex is down too. Can she? Yeah, throws her arm over Marks' chest. 1, 2. Chloe Marks. If she's going to go down, she's going to go down swanging, it seems, here tonight. We still got another table set up at ringside. Next goal for another pin. Referee was distracted, though. Kick out at 1. Yeah, I mean, this might be a handicap match. I don't know how much more help Divine and Rain are going to be. They've been battered unbelievably in this match. Doyle taking out Rain with a kill shot, while Plex from off the top of the forearm to Marks. It's like an anvil getting dropped on top of your head, I'm sure. Now look at set up perfectly for Ruby Rebel. I think she's actually going to go for Jade Divine. Kill shot to Divine. Yeah, this is just... Oh, and there it is. With a cross arm bar, and there ain't no help coming. Mark's got to get out of this on her own. But she can't. Plex releases the hold. Here, I can't believe it was Rain. How is Rain not dead? Oh, there's the single knee to the face. And a crucifix driver. Oh, but Doyle kicks out. No, pin Rebel. Somebody pin Rebel. Oh, Rain. What are you doing? Mark's gonna pin Doyle again. Mark's been busted open. But watch out, Doyle. Sonny, side, down. They're gonna do it. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Chloe Marks, Jade Divine, and Ashley Rain are the new Trios champions. The seemingly never-ending reign of the Undisputed Elite meets its end here tonight. What a war this was. And how proud must Troy Colt be right now, as Chloe Marks has finally done it. Her first CMV championship with the help of Jay Devine and Ashley Rain, 2 Hall of Famers. And here's what did it. Tori Doyle got taken out. Chloe Marks made sure suplex wouldn't be able to make the save, as Ashley Rain with sunny side down pins Ruby Rebel. And new Trios champions. A night to remember for Chloe Marks. Well, taking a moment there to get the scraps of table all cleaned up, but congratulations again to Chloe Marks, Jay Devine, and Ashley Rain, our new Trios champions. But, well, congratulations might be in order for this young man, Roderick Devaney, here tonight, if he can pull this off. You know, they say sometimes you dig your own grave. That might turn out to be the case for Roderick Devaney. As I was offering Josh Wolf a spot on Team Octane at Validation, Devaney overheard our conversation, interjected as he does, we're coming to find out very quickly, and said that he should be on Team Octane. He's the future and the absolute best that Octane has to offer. And offered to prove to me that he deserves to be on Team Octane, and said he'll do that by defeating Josh Wolf here tonight. Well, I'll tell you what, if he can, no doubt about it, he's got a spot on my team. And there is, of course, his buddy. I kind of hesitate to say that because their relationship is mostly transactional. But we have seen O'Rourke help out Devaney on more than one occasion. Last Octane against Stevie Wizard, primarily. And he might certainly need the help. Taking on one of the absolute greatest of all time, back in CMV. Made his return to the men's Royal Rumble match at Mount Violence after over a year away. The former global champion, Josh Wolf. Going to be representing Octane at Validation. But tonight we find out whether or not Wolf can hang with the new breed here in CMV. The wave of new talent that has emerged during his absence, represented in this case by Roderick Devaney. I mean, put yourself in Devaney's shoes. I wonder if he really knew what he was getting himself into, or if it's just that mouth of his that he can't help it. But I mean, this is a man who has headlined Ascendance A man who will undoubtedly find his place in the Hall of Fame one day. But Wolf not done yet. And he's back in CMV, looking to prove himself against this younger generation. So here we go, Roger Devaney. With Owen O'Rourke in his corner taking on Josh Wolf. And if Devaney wins, he will be added to Team Octane at Validation. So a collar and elbow tie to kick things off. And Wolf is considerably bigger than Devaney. They get a clean break between these two. A little Charles Robinson appearance. Part-time official here in CMV. For such a big match, you gotta have the very best official. Oh, damn. I hope that Roger Devaney has some good dental insurance. It's certainly not provided by CMV, because he might need to book an appointment. After getting his face bashed in like that by Wolf, he's now yanking at the arm of Devaney, and it looks like O'Rourke might not wait too long to try and get involved. You know, last Octane against Stevie Wizard, O'Rourke's interference has almost cost Devaney the match, so hopefully O'Rourke has learned from his mistakes. A kick to the back there by Wolf. His first singles match in CMV in over a year. As the former Alpha World Champion, going to follow Devaney to the outside, not allowing the rookie to go very far. Going to smash him face first off the canvas before grabbing the arm. And snapping it back. But Wolf won't mind taking a little bit of a trophy home. In the form of Devaney's arm, if he ain't careful, thrown back into the ring now. Elbow to the jaw. Take that leg like a chicken bone. I snap that thing into the pin. Wolf trying to maybe show a bit of a mercy to Devaney. Oh, O'Rourke has just slid a kendo stick into the ring now. While Wolf looks to hit the jackpot, referee gets rid of the kendo stick and Devaney kicks out. I think maybe now, if he did before, realizing, oh shit, what have I gotten myself into? Josh Wolf gonna crack the skull of Devaney. 1, 2. Okay. You know, for having such a small head, don't tell him I said that, it is quite thick. What the... I couldn't begin to tell you what Josh Wolf was even thinking of going for there, but Devaney's going to make the most of it. Owen O'Rourke up on the apron now. He's going to try to take off that top turnbuckle cover while Devaney tries to desperately get into this matchup. Oh, Robinson saw him take off that top turnbuckle cover. Devaney going to go low. Crunchy. Devaney could do it. The upset. Oh my God. 2.5, and Devaney, I think, certainly thought he had it in the bag right there. Wolf, ever the veteran, getting himself to safety out on the apron. Jump back into the ring. Scoops Devaney up. Gives him a case of that top rope. To the ropes, Devaney with a forearm smash. O'Rourke back up on the apron there. He was thinking about trying to get involved again. Maybe let Devaney handle it for the moment. Looks like he's not doing too bad. Oh, well. And they have jinxed it. Some elbows to the gut. And a shining wizard. Followed up. You hear the howl of the wolf. You're a not, you know. Coming up next, our main event, War Games. Josh Wolf has been in that match type before here in CMV. I'm sure he's probably thankful he doesn't have to do it again here tonight. Springboard Phoenix Splash gonna set Roger Devaney up. Oh, slipped on a banana peel. Put a little bit of that baby oil. Devaney off the ropes. And busted open. Wolf, considerably more agile since the last time we saw him. Alabama slam, but kick out at 1. Yeah, Devaney has indeed been busted open. Looks like the bridge of his nose, he's got a cut there. Ooh! Yeah, what is this? Oh! Devaney's got Josh Wolf all tied up with a modified rear naked choke. Wolf gonna be able to get out of it. He's trying to there. With elbows to the midsection, shaking Devaney loose finally. O'Rourke has taken out that top turnbuckle cover again! And this time, unlike last Octane, Devaney actually able to make the most of it. I don't know what he was looking for there. Wolf now distracted by O'Rourke. That pesky Irishman. And look at Devaney now. Slamming Wolf. Face first and again. He just busted Wolf open. They gotta just concussed Wolf. And now an Irish whip. Wait, Wolf's gonna fight back. And Devaney out of desperation just pulled the ref in front of him. And now look, O'Rourke has slid a steel chair into the ring while the ref's down. Devaney from behind. This is a handicap match. Oh, not again. Another punk buster. But Wolf comes to and a drop kick from off the ropes. Well, the referee is still down though, so nobody can. On the chair! Talk about backfiring. But Devaney gouging the eye. And now back into that modified sleeper. He might have Wolf done in, but the referee incapacitated still. We might need to get a new official out here. I don't know if old Robinson is going to be able to get back up. Go to hell! But O'Rourke causing a commotion. Again, distracting Wolf. Could have this match won. Well, the ref wouldn't be able to make the count anyway. Devaney starting to stir. Come on, ref. Josh Wolf would have had this damn match won. And that cut is just getting worse and worse. Could be a broken nose for Roderick. By the looks of it, look at Wolf's checking on the ref. We really might have to get a new referee out here. Come on, Owen, do something useful. Go grab us another ref. How about you get the shirt on? And again, that exposed turnbuckle. What is that, the 4th time Devaney's managed to use him against Wolf here? This is what O'Rourke was trying to do last Octane. He is masterfully helping Devaney out tonight. Like a polar opposite situation. Devaney going to be happy that this referee will be dead. Because otherwise the match might be over. And Wolf will be victorious. But should I go check on his pulse? I don't even see him breathing. Wait, I think I see his head moving up and down. Oh, Josh Wolf's death just went viral! But again, the match could be done, but with no official, nobody to make the count, it doesn't really matter. Look at Devaney is shouting at the referee. I think you've had a long enough nap. Somebody get the smelling salts. Ooh, we get a good look at that busted nose. This is why Charles Robinson shouldn't be officiating anymore. I don't think it was really that disastrous of a shot he took. Devaney again trying to like kick him awake, but I think we might have to call this one. Poked him in the eyes. Josh Wolf gonna again Try to crack that skull wide open. 1, 2, 3. Gonna try to jump on him. Give him an elbow. Give him an elbow to the heart, Wolf. It worked on Hulk Hogan. Ref, please. Please respond. All right, I might have to go and check on the ref myself here, guys. Let's throw it to a commercial break for a second. I gotta make sure somebody didn't just die here live. Well, my friends, welcome back to Octane number 154, and unfortunately, I think that referee might genuinely be dead. I got in there, I checked on him. The pulse was weak. Had to get the medical team down to the ring to help with the back, and a no contest, which really is unfortunate because that was maybe not a good match, but a very interesting matchup that the outcome I was looking forward to. But, well, it gave us time to set up for our main event here. Anyhow, it is time for War Games. Our thoughts and prayers are with old Charles Robinson. Again, that is why you rarely see him here in CMV as fragile as they come, evidently. But the show must go on. I feel like I've been continually saying that tonight. And War Games is how we're going to end this violent night as we find out who will be kicking things off for their respective teams. The former CMV champion, Michael Hawk, for the Hallowed. And when it comes to which team will have the advantage, well, that's been randomized. We won't find out until one of those cages is opened and somebody joins the match. But you saw the rules on screen there a moment ago. 2 superstars will start. Every few minutes, a new superstar will enter. The matchup doesn't actually begin until all 8 competitors have entered the match. Then the bell rings, and the match can be won by pinfall, submission, or forcing the other team to leave the cage. No countouts, no disqualifications. And this is a bit unbelievable. So Michael Hawk for the Hallowed is going to start things against Terry Yamashita. Well, I guess Yamashita, unwilling to wait even just a few minutes longer to get hands on the Hallowed. I mean, especially she, I'm sure, wants to sink her teeth into Gus Novell. But this tough gal is gonna willingly enter a cage with the sadistic Michael Hawk, while Jack Taylor, Lorenzo Alexander, and the Intercontinental Champion Remy Martin, you can see in the background there, in their cage, the rest of the Hallowed in the other. Well, the Hallowed guys, and particularly Gus Novell, cost Terry Yamashita her opportunity to compete in the Women's Royal Rumble match back at Mob Violence, and who knows, if she had, maybe she would have won it. But Novell not just only attacked her, guys, disgustingly assaulted her, and it was one of the more hard-to-watch beatdowns. That's saying something in recent memory here in CMV. But now she's back, and with a vengeance, as this all comes to a head. Months Octane has been like a battlefield with the Hallowed against their collective enemies, who have now come together and are looking to fire back in War Games. So Terry Yamashita going to throw Hawk into the other ring, and in just a couple minutes, somebody else will join the fray. But again, the match can't actually be won until everybody has entered the match. Until then, you're just beating the hell out of each other. And Hawk with maybe a little bit of a message to Remy Martin, locking in that sleeper hold. Of course, Michael Hawk tapping out Martin a few weeks ago in some tag team action with this, what he calls censorship, the deep guillotine choke, but gets out of it. And the team of Terry Yamashita, Jack Taylor, Lorenzo Alexander, and Remy Martin, are they at 100%? I would be surprised. And obviously Yamashita, what Gus Novell did to her, but also Remy Martin attacked by Gus Novell and beaten by Gustavell. Last Octane, but now we find out who is it going to be. Oh, it's the Hallowed who are going to have the advantage, and Max Cutter has been let loose. But first, he's going to grab some plunder from underneath the ring. It looks like a table. So that means that the Hallowed are going to have the distinct advantage in this match. Now it's 2-on-1. Then it will be 3-on-2, and then 4-on-3 until finally it's straight up 4-on-4. Hawk fighting after Yamashita had him locked in that submission. I don't know what Max Cutter's doing here. He's having himself a little bit of a dance between the rings. Maybe he's going to be a nice guy. Let Hawk and Yamashita continue to fight one-on-one. I didn't think so. Oh, Yamashita's fighting them back. Put some respect on Yamashita's name. Rest in peace, Yamashita. Pile driver from Hawk, and now look, Cutter. About his... Oh, miscommunication between these two. Gonna stop Yamashita into the canvas, but in just a few seconds, somebody's gonna come help Yamashita. Not a second too late, because she needs it. It's Jack Taylor. Jack Taylor, you can hurry up a little bit, man. I don't know if Yamashita's gonna last another minute. Big hip toss to Hawk. As here comes this young kid, Jack Taylor, who's been at war with the Hallowed longer than anyone else, and he's still standing. And he's not looking to fall to his knees tonight here in War Games, that's for sure. Immediately takes out Cutter with that butterfly pile driver, but then Hawk with a backbreaker as Yamashita gets back up and puts him down. Tries to with an STO, but a big clothesline. Table has been set up in the other ring, so we know the Hallowed will have someone enter next. Going to be either Madison Quinn or Gus Mavell. Lorenzo Alexander and Remy Martin for the other team still to enter. And at least for this brief moment, it's 2-on-2. Yamashita, I don't know of many women, and for that matter men, who would willingly step into a match like this. Not only does Yamashita do that, but she came out first for her team. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Gustavell, the Hound. Going to enter next for the Hallowed, but not before he looks for a weapon. Pulls out the barbed wire baseball bat, I think. I guess that's not enough. A trash can too, as Yamashita puts Hawk through the table. Gustavell's just clearing out underneath the ring. I think that's also a nailed plank of wood. And Jack Taylor all by himself. Oh no, Max Cutter has that barbed wire baseball bat, guys. Put a weapon like that in the hands of a sicko like the violent one. Where's Hawk going? What the fuck is he doing? He's just scaling the side of the cage wall. Okay, that's one way to get to the ring, I guess. A bit overcomplicated if you ask me, but... So now we know Madison Quinn will enter last for the Hallowed. Who's going to come out next? Lorenzo Alexander or Remy Martin to even the odds again? We'll find out in just a second. Max Cutter's got that piece of nailed wood and bashes Jack Taylor over the head with it. Is this not child abuse? It's Lorenzo Alexander, the Hollywood highlight. And he's also gassed up. Grabs a light tube. That's good enough for him after what the Hallowed has done, not just to himself, but to his mentor, Haruki Hattori. over the last couple of months. He's coming to get his pound of flesh. So now we know Madison Quinn will enter next, and outlast will be the Intercontinental Champion Remy Martin, and then the match will officially begin and can be won by a pin, submission, or by forcing the other team to leave the cage. Stun set strip to Michael Hawk, while Max Cutter throws Yamashita into the corner. And again, he looks to stomp her head into the canvas. What's going on with Gus Novell here? My man is tweaking. Gus Novell having himself a little bit of a mid-match meltdown. I think it might be. Is he like caught in the cage wall? Looks like his wrist might be caught in the cage wall or something. Well, here comes Madison Quinn. Maybe she can free him. Now all of the Hallowed have entered War Games. Only Remy Martin is left to enter next. Let me go see if I can free Gus Novell back over there and help him. As Madison Quinn takes out Jack Taylor with that sit-out chokeslam. Hang on one second. He was stuck. He did manage to get his jacket caught up in the cage wall, but I managed to free him. Now you owe me one, Gus. If not for me, the Howler might have been screwed, but there's just one man left to enter before War Games officially begins. Remy Martin looks like a caged animal up there, guys. But with the numbers advantage currently, it is the Hallowed having their way with Kerry Yamashita, Jack Taylor, and Lorenzo Alexander here. Cutter's got Yamashita put down with a boot. And the Intercontinental Champion, Remy Martin, going to be freed from his cage. And you know he is feeding to put hands on Gus Novell for what he did last Octane. Officially ended Remy Martin's one-on-one undefeated streak. And the match officially begins, and it can now end by pin, submission, or if one team is forced to surrender. And everybody in one ring right now. And Remy Martin, no remorse could be shown against Madison Quinn, because she sure as shit won't show any. Just an absolute mosh pit of madness here in our main event. War Games, Michael Hawk over the pile driver, I think. But Alexander knows him too well at this point. Rolls him up. I don't know, there's so many refs out here. I don't know who is counting the pin. No ref is sane enough to get in that cage. I mean, we just saw one of our referees potentially killed in the last match. It was just a standard one-on-one bout. So, understandable. You couldn't pay me, I'll tell you that, beyond a shadow of a doubt, to step into a match like this. But it's now 4-on-4. Jack Taylor and Remy Martin trying to gang up on Gus Novell here. The Intercontinental Champion. Maybe look at that jumping cutter of his. While Lorenzo Alexander locked, loaded. Oh, gotta go help out. Alexander caught up by Novell. Someone busted that light tube. Pieces of glass now all over the canvas. Meeting of the minds between Madison Quinn and Gus Novell. Stun set strip. But at the same time, Quinn with a Tiger Bomb broken up is the pin though by Yamashita. And now we see Quinn and Yamashita go at it. Michael Hawk with a neck breaker to Remy Martin, but then gets caught by Alexander and sent into the corner. Max Cutter back to his feet. Prime opportunity for someone to try to pin Gus Novell, but in a match like this, man. Oh, middle of the ring! Yamashita, the MVP! But she just sacrificed herself there to save Lorenzo Alexander from the censorship. Beast bite! And Quinn's got Yamashita caught with the beast bite! And no choice but to surrender! The Hallowed are victorious in War Games. Yamashita, just as I called her, rightfully the MVP of this match. She really did straight up sacrifice herself to save Lorenzo Alexander there. And then you saw Cutter take her out with the cutter. Madison immediately locked in the beast bite. Very rare to see the beast bite actually successfully deployed. Damn, I didn't even see Lorenzo pop it off with that barbed wire baseball bat. Well, War Games lives up to its name as the Hallowed. What is happening? And here were the final moments of this match. Yamashita saving Lorenzo Alexander of herself. And the night might not have gone too well for the Hallowed up until now, but it ends strong as this sadistic pack of psychos celebrate a big victory.